What's up, YouTube? What's up, Extreme Gainz family? I'm Chuck. This is Extreme Gainz. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Tuesday, January 25th, 2022, and this is the daily AMC Algo Exposed update prep video for today and tomorrow. Let's dig in. As you can see on your left, this is the intraday movement for AMC. We had some volatility today, a little bit. I believe volume was just breached 40 million today. AMC ended the day in regular hours down 3.73% at $16.02. And now in after hours, it's down another 1.06% at trading at $15.85. As you can see, though, where we ended after hours and began pre-market this morning is exactly where we're at right now. So nothing gained, nothing lost from a level perspective. From a linear perspective, we did gain some movement, obviously, and you can see that here on the micro. And again, if I have this placed properly, right, you can see the resemblance to those movements. Again, we fell flat here and didn't have this continuation up in like I would have liked to have seen. But nonetheless, it did give us this little movement here, just down here. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. I talked to y'all last night in the video about how the micro snake, head of the snake, can break off at some point, and it's going to, and then the new one appears. That's what I'm watching intently. But if I'm being 100% transparent, I would have liked to have seen a bigger push up into this area, into this gap. So we'll see if we get that tomorrow. If we stay flat, we'll gauge it tomorrow. One day at a time, one level at a time. But it's still on the table as far as I'm concerned right now from the micro perspective. Let me go out to the 1 hour, right? No sense even really looking at the 4 because it hasn't made it that far. We'll look at the 1 and see what it looks like and zoom in on that. And I hope this puts into perspective what I was talking about last night, how the micro will go first, and then we want the mid to follow, and then the macro to follow, but it takes time for those to happen, right? So here you can see the 1 hour. Again, it fell a little flat right here. We did start to get the push up, and then it fell flat, right? Would have liked to have seen that get up into here, but it didn't do that. It did replicate these movements here. So again, I'm going to give it a little more time and keep my eye on it as far as it breaking away and a potential new head showing itself, and you will know that right with me now that you are in on this with me. So that is the snake Algo. I will show you the overall macro. I'm not going to zoom in and take a giant look at this. It's staggered for your viewing. Right there. Something along those lines is what that looks like. Okay. That way you can see the linear and the vertical to know what that looks like from a macro perspective. Then the other macro fractal is from the daily, the 7-year macro descending wedge prior to the January 2022 run up. This is the more bearish fractal. And this is in this macro descending wedge from 2013 to 2020, right prior to the January 2021 run up. This is the current fractal that we are in that is similar in nature to that. Obviously, you can see that. And comparing this entire fractal, the box top and the downside with the W, or the descending wedge, the box top with the downside and the W, and or the descending wedge. I have clipped this exact fractal and movement from the checkup down to the double-double. And here it is there, right? And I've also included the January movement, the January 2021 movement and some, but just to see the run up there. That's what that looks like from a macro overlay and side by side to that comparative fractal. Now I will go into actually let's go into the 5 minute and show you that on scale with the 5 minute. This one here is a little different on the micro. All right, little bit different. Not as, I guess, following on the micro as the snake. However, if we go to the mid time frame and look at it here, again, we fell a little flat. I talked about this last night in the video, how that lines up with literally almost candle for candle with this. On the 1 hour, we got the move up. Oh, crap. There we go. Got the move down to the descending wedge support. The move back up. Little bit of consolidation before it moved down. Again, same as the snake, but opposite. It fell flat, right? So it's just extended linear. In my opinion, either one of these could still, and this is still on the table as well, I don't believe this little bit invalidated it. I mean, if this were to absolutely fall out, if the floor were to fall out of this thing tomorrow, it would still be replicating this, as you can see how in previous sections of this, how it replicates but doesn't follow exact, right? Kind of the theory here. So, in my opinion, neither one of them are off the table right now. Unfortunately, I was hoping that we'd be able to have some validation or invalidation at this point, and I don't. So I'm going to be watching that as well. Again, I think we're kind of looking at the same thing as we were yesterday, obviously, because we were looking for a move up. I believe, let me go back to this and just make sure I'm on the right page. I don't want to tell you anything wrong. All right, there's the 1 hour. This needs to be down there like that. Yep, pretty much the same. I would be expecting a move to the upside, I would think, for the snakehead, or a move to the downside for the macro comparative fractal from the previous historical descending wedge. Or, the drop down from the box top to the descending wedge. So again, we're right where we were yesterday because of the basic sideways movement after volatility intraday. Okay, from a macro perspective. So again, I'll keep my eye on it. We will talk about it first thing in the morning. We'll review it before the live stream starts, when I start the live stream at 9 a.m. like we do every morning, and see where we're at as far as after hours movement, what it gives us, and pre-market movement, what it gives us combined, and then we'll go from there. That way we're prepped for the day before the market opens like we do every single day. All right, now the SPY. This is, as most of you know, the current SPY chart. Let's go to 4 hour with the 2007, 2008, 2009 macro overlay on top of it. Of leading up to the correction, and then the crash. It has been following it pretty well for most of the time. Again, not candle for candle, nuanced in places, but nonetheless replicating the moves, in my opinion, almost in their entirety, right? We came down into the correction zone, and that is currently where we're at. Let me zoom in there. We did get the initial bounce from the W formation. Yeah, I can get rid of that. We did come down in here. Yeah, just like that. We got the move down in to the W. We got the bounce back up, right? We pulled back down like this. And I literally said this morning during the live stream, are we going to get this move back up into this gap? And we did, right? It was full body candle. It wicked itself back down. So this is literally playing out literally almost candle for candle. So it's looking good to me as far as using it as a macro comparative fractal. So moving forward, again, this is 4 hour. Let's go see what it looks like on 1 hour. I don't even think I've looked at it on 1 hour. Always looking at it on 4 hour. So yeah, maybe some consolidation here. Potentially a move to the upside a little bit here. We'll see what that brings, but that's the next generalized perspective of the future micro or macro movement of these, or of the SPY. I'm having a hard time talking. I'm tired today, y'all. I looked at so many charts today, it wore me out. So excuse me, and I apologize. So that's where SPY's sitting right now, currently, with the macro comparative fractal from the crash and correction in 08, 09. Okay? I talked about negative beta in that, how AMC could or could not react. I did have a lot of questions about that today. I'll say it again. I did make a video a while back about Dollar Tree, its relation to the 08, 09 crash, where you see the blue here, the correction and crash, how it preceded the move to the downside prior to the broader market. And then when the SPY and the broader market made its move, Dollar Tree started its move out of what I call the trenches. Check that out. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. It does indicate if the SPY were to do that, I do believe we would see an initial move down with AMC simultaneously prior to its move up. I explained that in a video where I think the video last night, where I think where we would make our move up if it were to be something similar like that, where long-term negative beta were to react to that, it would be somewhere in this general area. But go back, check that video out, and that will kind of clue you in. Again, we're not in that macro fractal like I was comparing in that video to Dollar Tree, but the reactive state of it and the state of the market and the fact that the SPY overlay is so almost spot on, as well as AMC's relation to being in quote unquote the trenches right now and having preceded the move to the downside prior to the SPY making its move and being at all-time highs simultaneously. Check that out. It is really relevant, I believe, and it should help you kind of wrap your mind around what that may look like if that were to be the case here. Maybe I can pull that back up and share that video or something like that. I don't know if I can do anything like that. I'll try it and see, but if not, go check that out. It's in the title. I think it would do you good. Other than that, that's all I have. I'm going to keep it quick and brief here tonight, 13, 14 minutes. Brief enough. Just wanted to go over those with you, show you that we really haven't moved, which I think most of y'all pretty much figured that with the movement today. If this is your first video of mine that you're watching, I live stream Monday through Friday, market open to market close. Come by, check it out. It's a good time in there. Lots of good people. We make money all day, every day in there. It's a good thing. So I appreciate all y'all if you made it to the end of the video. The continued support, greatly appreciated. And I am going to get out of here and let you go. I will be here first thing in the morning, 9 a.m. for market open. And if I don't see you then, and I will see you all in the update video tomorrow night after the market close. Talk to you then. Enjoy your evening. Later.